Anyway, I was walking along where I live with my son. He's 4 years old. There's a Muslim lady coming towards us, full burqa, just her eyes showing. And my son, he's 4. He meant nothing by this. He looked at her and then he said to me, "Is that a ghost?" Right? I thought, what are you going to say? What am I going to say? So I said to him, I said, "No, it isn't a ghost. It's a lady, and she's religious, and she believes in God, and she believes that God wants her to cover her face." I thought, that's all right, say that. And then my son said, "Why?" And it was at that point I realised I'd reached the limit of my knowledge of Islam. I don't really know any more about it than that, and the killings and stuff, and neither do you? You don't know anything about it either. Even those of you with an Islamic background are normally quite hazy about the details when pressed, and that's why it's so difficult to do jokes with any real depth on the subject, because there isn't really enough of a shared collective pool of knowledge between performer and audience to be able to move off the most obvious areas, really. So stop sending me your stupid fucking email. Why? That's always a terrible moment in parenting, isn't it, if you've got kids? Why? Now, normally, I just say, "Because I say so." And I'll leave it at that. Well, that wouldn't work in this situation, if you think about it. God wants her to cover her face. Why, Dad? Because I say so. That is handing a child a lifetime of psychological illness, isn't it? 40 years later, he's in therapy. "When did you first decide that your father had power over the gods?" Always Spanish, aren't they, those blokes? "Yeah, you like that, a switcheroo?" He sounded German, turned out he was Spanish. Not impossible, is it? Could have been born in Spain, trained in Germany, come over here to work. Maybe it's not such a funny situation after all. You have to watch out. Some of the jokes are traps. They're not meant to be laughed at. You walked into it. Why? You know, I mean, 10 years ago I wouldn't have faffed around trying to say the right thing. I just have said to him, "It's because she's religious, and that's the same as being mentally ill." But the problem is now, right, my wife, his mother, who I love, she's proper religious, going to church Catholic. So these days, I have to maintain a gossamer-thin, false veil of painfully begrudged tolerance for people's mad beliefs.